Google for Entrepreneurs. I'm based in the tech cluster that is Old Street in East London, and Google for Entrepreneurs is the bit of Google that works with startup organizations and startups themselves to help entrepreneurs and founders to succeed. As you've just heard, I've been at Google for about 5 years myself. Before that, I worked as a founder. I set up a couple of companies in London in the gap between the bubble bursting and things picking up again. So I know a little bit about what it takes to grow startups and see ecosystems grow around me. You might ask why Google has a team of people focused on entrepreneurship. It's pretty simple. Google remains a startup at heart, a giant startup. We are committed to helping build a vibrant ecosystem for startups and enabling the next generation of entrepreneurs to be successful in our footsteps. We support innovation and entrepreneurship internally and externally through technology, through programs, and through content for startups, and by fostering a startup culture wherever we work. And our contributions to the entrepreneurship ecosystem aim to provide real economic opportunities for people, businesses, and communities. A 2014 report prepared by our partner Startup Weekend, who operate all over the world, identified 5 key ingredients for a startup cluster. Firstly, density. Secondly, culture, capital, and regulatory environment, and talent as well. It was specific about the role of physical spaces, just like this one, in building cluster density, commenting that recent success stories like Instagram out of San Francisco were born in co-working spaces that had created a supportive entrepreneurship for founders. I'm going to quote, according to the report, the best startup hubs provide training, networking opportunities, and access to finance. They serve as a home base for the startup community, and if possible, a free event space for education, demo days, hackathons, and opportunities to convene. They also provide a focal point for investors, mentors, and others looking to support the startup ecosystem. That pretty much sums up the role of AstroLabs in Dubai going forwards. I spend my days traveling around major cities in Europe and the Middle East and get to meet entrepreneurs, organisers, and policymakers, all of whom are seeking to build successful startup clusters where they live. Dubai has done a great job so far. You've heard about the attitude, with the government and partners like DMCC all playing their part. At Google for Entrepreneurs, we only partner with the top tier of partners that are capable of making the most difference to their communities. AstroLabs fits firmly in that category. And as you can see, a good tech hub is way more than just desks. We think of 3 main ingredients at Google for Entrepreneurs. Firstly, density, and I'm not talking cluster density, I'm talking actually the physical proximity of people in a space, all working on potentially world-changing projects in a confined area. The energy in the best co-working spaces is almost tangible. It was like that when I arrived here today. They are busy, vibrant, and full of industry, and provide an invigorating and inclusive work environment. That hits you every time you walk through the door at the best partner hubs, and it hit me today. Secondly, community. It's something you can't buy, you can't set out to make it, but it does separate commodity desk rental from a truly inclusive and valuable hub for founders. It relies on formal activists and organisers and informal members convening events. You genuinely can't buy the stuff. It forms organically and relies upon experienced founders like these guys giving back, rather than moving up or out. It's important for there to be a home for people that have been successful to give back. Finally, serendipity. It's the